Hello, everyone. Welcome back to yet another political episode. So we are back, and today is the very first day of primary day. Well, I would say primaries. We have 3 primaries this year. We have Pennsylvania primaries, New Jersey primaries, and Virginia primaries. And today was the day in Pennsylvania. As you can clearly see, we had to talk about the at-large elections, state at-large elections regarding the Commonwealth Court judge position and the Superior Court judge position. And obviously, I just want to mention it because I don't know if I'll be talking about it in a future video. Ed Gainey was elected as the Pittsburgh's very first African-American mayor. And despite holding an important title like that, right? We know absolutely they didn't vote for him for merit. He destroyed his own legacy. He was a horrible mayor, and we can confirm that he lost renomination in a stunning bid as Corey O'Connor has won the Democratic nomination. If history will continue to prove that Democrats will take over Pittsburgh, which I would be very amazed if Republicans ended up winning the Pittsburgh mayoral race. But if history continues to prove itself correct, O'Connor will be the next mayor. But looking at specifically the primaries in regards to the Commonwealth court judge and the Superior Court, Republicans have an opportunity this November to pick up a couple seats. They as well have an opportunity to win a couple Supreme Court seats in the state of Pennsylvania, but that is specifically going to be a retention, meaning it's going to be a ballot measure. It's going to be on the ballot, and depending on that. So we're going to be specifically going to be talking about the primaries, who our nominees is going to be for the Commonwealth Court judge position. Matt Wolfford has won the Republican nomination by 62%, defeating Josh Prince, who only obtained 38% of the popular vote. You can see on my map results that Matt Wolfford carried what he needed in order to win the nomination. That was really out of the urban areas, which you would think on paper that you need urban areas. Well, there's a reason why Josh Prince is almost at 40%. Yes, he is holding some counties, but relatively he's holding counties that are more blue. Berks County, it's a Republican county, but it's kind of tossed up. It's kind of that swing county in Pennsylvania. Lehigh, which holds Allentown. Yeah, same deal. Pretty blue. You have Northampton, kind of same deal when it comes to that. Carbon County, kind of a red county there. There's Schuylkill County. But, well, everywhere else, Matt Wolfford is is doing very well in the traditional Republican counties. And that's really all that matters, and what you need to do in order to win the primary. You need to perform decently in those traditional Republican counties. Otherwise, all the red counties of Pennsylvania, and not to mention, Wolfford did do well in Philadelphia. And it's not that he didn't do well at urban areas. I should think that's horrible to say. I think that's a poor understatement because clearly he won Philadelphia by 61%. He also won Delaware County, Montgomery County, Bucks County, Chester County, and Lancaster, those influential counties surrounding Philadelphia as it is. So, we will have Matt Wolfford, the Republican nominee. He will be facing the Democratic nominee, Stella Say. I don't know how you pronounce her name, but it's foreign. But Is she currently occupying the seat? No, this is a currently vacant seat. But she has won the Democratic Party Democratic primary uncontested. And there will be a Wolfford race, and you will find a lot more when we have more of those polls coming out. And we'll take a look at those polls after we review them, but this is pretty much our result there. Looking at the Superior Court now, you'll see a much more closer result. Republican Maria Batista. Okay, this is the Republican primary. Batista has defeated Anne Marie Wheatcraft to win the Republican nomination. This was a much of a closer race, as Batista managed to clinch victory by over 5 percentage points. Wheatcraft did understandably very well, and why she's at 46%. She is getting those suburban Republicans out. That's where where her base is. The Philadelphia area, Montgomery County, traditional Montgomery County, very Republican back then, pretty Democrat right now, but there are still a lot of ancestral Republicans in that said county. Delaware County, 78%. That's probably her best county in performance. Speaking of best county in performance, we need to go over the best county in performances, because usually the county you perform in is probably like Wheatcraft, for instance. The losing candidate, the candidate that he or she performs in the best, the county that she performs in the best tends to be her home, his or her home county. So she's likely from Chester County, what it looks like, and she's picking up areas around that said county. So that is pretty understanding on why she's doing specifically very well here. Not so much in the rural areas. Like, she did win Schneider County. She did win Fulton and Franklin counties. The Batista's best county is going to be Armstrong County. I don't know where Armstrong County is, but that doesn't mean she's from Armstrong County, to clarify. This is likely because of low turnout, lack of turnout for the Wheatcraft camp in Armstrong County. But that's pretty much what we're looking at here. It was a close race. I want to believe, was it Wheatcraft? Wheatcraft was the previous nominee in 2021. So she did absolutely, it was pretty close of a race there. She was definitely an interested pick, but she has been rejected, and we will get Maria Batista to victory in November, as we sure hope we do. Brandon Newman has won the Democratic primary uncontested. He will face Batista in that said primary. In the general election. Let's go ahead. We're going to backtrack to the Wolfford Prince race. I want to know which county Prince did specifically well. Prince did specifically well in Berks County, northern Berks County, 82%. Okay, that's pretty good. 82% in that said Berks County. That's pretty much telling that, yeah, he's likely from this county. You'll see the other counties like Schuylkill County and Lebanon County, Lehigh County, Carbon County, and it just gets lower and lower and lower. 82% is outstanding, and the likelihood that Wolfford is from this county of Berks he's probably the favorite son there, and he's getting the counties neighboring of Berks are going out and voting for him in response. So that's kind of my observation. So that is, I just wanted to go over there and cover that. But Wolfford, that was Prince. Prince is from Wolfford I don't know if he's from Erie County or what. Erie County is somewhat populated. But yeah, they went 90% for Wolfford. So he could be from Erie County. It's not often that a county at all, gets over to the 90% area. But then again, there's Forest County, and I don't think Forest County's near. Oh yeah, it's right here. Forest County's somewhat near Erie. And remaining vote 95%. It could get to 80 some percent, or in other words, 95% counting in Matt Wolfford could drop down to 89. But right now, I do know for sure that Josh Prince does come from Berks. So he's getting that vote in response. But we're not going to end the video quite yet, even though we technically can, seeing it's been over 10 minutes. But I just want to kind of look at the general information and why we kind of need to pay attention to these Pennsylvania races. And I'm going to say, guys, guess what? Everything can fail except Pennsylvania. And we are already going into this saying, hey, guys, 2025 is not going to be our year. We're probably going to lose the governor's mansion in Virginia. The Democrats could possibly hold on in New Jersey, hoping they don't. But can we bring something home? And the answer is yes. Although it's a stretch, it's complicated, but it's way more possible compared to Wisconsin, because we have propensity turnout in this said race. Yes, you'll see clearly Republicans have an opportunity. Yeah, it's vacant right now. Judged before this election, it's vacant. This is Dan McCaffrey's old seat, and it's up for election. So honestly, I would say Democrats hold it. Currently, no one holds it, but the Democrats are the last one to hold this seat. And I would say, hey, look, we flip the Superior Court judge seat. We defeat Brandon Newman. We get Maria Batista in this said election here, and I think Batista will do very well with the Puerto Rican vote. That's kind of my observation. But we get Batista to victory, and I think overall we can actually pull this off. But looking at the Commonwealth Court, Say versus Wolfford, this is also vacant. This was Judge Ellen Saylor's seat, and she retired this month. And yes, obviously, you'll see clearly Wolfford is the winner, so we're going to have a Wolfford versus Say race, and I think we could possibly take out Stella Say with Matt Wolfford. It's going to have to depend on turnout. But looking at previous races from like 2021, I know 2023 is a bad example. Although, let's just talk about 2023, because I think a lot of people don't realize how good Republicans did in 2023 with the issue of like abortion in the picture. You'll see Daniel McCaffrey and the Democrats only won 53%. Keep in mind, this was the first Supreme Court race since the overturn of Roe v. Wade. Pennsylvania could possibly ban abortion. In fact, Pennsylvania has had a lot of abortion restrictions in its past history. You had Democrat Bob Casey Sr., most pro-life Democrat in the United States history, go on attempt to overturn Roe v. Wade in his famous Casey v. Planned Parenthood Supreme Court case in the United States. So obviously Pennsylvania has a history of anti-abortion rhetoric. So you would think there would be massive turnout in favor of some sort of keeping abortion legal in Pennsylvania, but that wasn't the case, although Daniel McCaffrey did win, but not the margin that a lot of people were expecting him to win by. Although the polls were kind of accurate, yes, but a lot of people were going in thinking it was going to be an overperformance for McCaffrey. So I would go ahead and say this was very good. You also have this very weird election where you have Democrats and Republicans. You have Jill Beck and Tamika Lane running in the same ticket. no one's on a higher position, so it's just Democrats and Republicans. Maria Batista was also running in this said race, and you got 2 seats here, and they did relatively. It was tight, but they did relatively pretty well. And of course, there was the Commonwealth Court judge. But we can win these seats. Last time we won one was 4 years ago. If I was correct, I might be incorrect, but yeah, you see, Republicans ended up winning a Supreme Court election right here. But then again, no overturn of Roe v. Wade, so it didn't really matter that much. Oh yeah, look at this. This was a huge performance. 53-46. Megan Sullivan's 2021 performance. I would love to pull off something like this, but that would be a stretch. But we can do it. We absolutely can do it. This is a state Trump won, and ideally, this is going to be kind of more harder in trying to get people out and voting, mainly because this race is not going to receive much credibility. It's not going to receive much attention because we're going to be talking about Virginia, New Jersey, and we're going to probably skip over this race a lot. But I'm going to continue to remind you guys, Pennsylvania. Keep an eye on Pennsylvania. Those two court primary elections. It's not like a Supreme Court, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, well, it kind of does in some ways. It will, if we win those two, that's further solidifying Pennsylvania as a red state, and we want to solidify Pennsylvania as a red state. And we'll also jeopardize and actually could tell us how big, or if at all, if Josh Shapiro is actually going to win re-election, as much as they say that he's going to win it by, which we are running, allegedly, we're trying to get Stacey Garrity in, and she's a very, very strong Republican. And who knows? We could pull up a possible upset in Pennsylvania. I know Pennsylvania has had a Republican governor in a very long time. But anyway, what do you guys think in regards to this video? Let me know down below. And as always, I'll see you all in the next political episode.